all beasts, winged and hoofed alike. I'm traversing the dark, and I'm happy that you've chosen to join me for my Morrowind Let's Play series once again. This will be episode 2, and just a reminder of our character. She looks slightly mental, but that cool headdress is something that I just couldn't pass up, something pretty unique. So, where last we left off, I just literally finished character creation, and you just sniffed me. We are gonna have a chat with our buddy Fargoth.
Sorry, stranger, my time is short, so get on with it.
It's not the only thing that's short. I mean, I am a good elf. Someone took my ring. Fargoth's lost his ring, and we just happened to find an engraved ring of healing. Now the question is, do we give him it back, or do we lie? The correct answer is, here, take it. Watch his disposition towards us rise. That's how much he likes us. He's 45% just now. Now he's 95. We've made our first friend in the world of Morrowind. You found it amazing. Thank you, thank you. You're now my favourite friend. I'll be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Aril, who runs the trade house here. We'll see him. He'll be happy to see you now. We have lost a ring of healing, but gained someone who can tell us a little bit. You're bitter green, Outlander. Might as well wear a sign new in town. Word of advice, buy a little goodwill. Lose a few drakes, money, gain a friend. Folks will loosen up if you spread a little of the Emperor's gold around. That's exactly what we've done. Peekaboo Fargoth. There he is. There he is. Background, he's a commoner. I do whatever needs doing. Cooking, cleaning, building, baking, breaking. And by your accent I can tell you're an Outlander. Since you're new to these parts, perhaps you'd like me to share a little local lore, which is actually not an option in the conversation dialogue tree here. Latest rumours, Fargoth? There's been some trouble up at Force Frostmoth. Never heard of it? It's on an island called Solstheim, north of Vardenfell. Yeah, when he says it's a terrible place, that's true. This is DLC content. I will not be going there for a while, because I will be annihilated. So anyway, there is a key that we can get if we're a thieving little thief in here for that door, but I'm not going to do that. I'd rather stay on the good side of the guards. You know, I'm new here. Carla the Cam would like everyone to stay calm, although she's not afraid to use a little bit of magic if necessary. I see a mud crab over there. Yeah, that's a crab, folks. That is dead. That is dead in like 2 seconds. Anyway, Aril's trade house. Hi, Elf Aril.
Care to talk?
You want a little advice? That's free. That's all that's free. Aril's a bit of a hard ass, but now that we've given Fargoth his ring, we have got some good disposition with him, so he'll give us better prices on basic things. Now, I'm going to sell this alcohol. Flynn. Carla is strictly non-alcoholic. She's going to be having no Sujama, no Flynn, no Grief, no Cyrodiilic brandy, no nothing. Strictly vow of abstinence from alcohol. Silverware plate. We don't need the dagger, we're a battle mage. We're going to be bashing things. I'll sell him this book. I don't think I need the... Nah. I'll sell the candlestick because it's silver. Get some crab meat, some hide. I'll sell that. That should fetch us a penny. Right. I want to buy a spell. And generally speaking, fire is what I'm going to be going for. Because I'm a dark elf and I've got resistance to it. But I'm also going to be buying some spark spells. I'll also buy frostbite and fireball so that I've got something of every element. And then... a nice robe maybe? Nice little robe. Might be quite good. I believe I took medium armor as my armor skill, but to be honest, no matter what, my armor's going to be pretty weak. Not going to be great in terms of armor that I wear. And plus I need to make some money. So, because I'm good with blunt weapons, I thought maybe buy a club and just head out bashing. Iron mace. Ideally I'd want something silver. I'll buy the Iron Mace, why not? And to start us off with some equipment, I might buy a ringmail cuirass. Cuirass. You can see in brackets here it tells you what type of armor it is. So medium's what I'm looking for. I don't like the chain cuirass. Tell you what, that might do me for now. Let's see. Mace, ringmail cuirass. Excellent. Mod I've got is a weapon sheathing mod. Usually in base game Morrowind you don't see your weapon on your side. I just like mods that immerse me a little bit more. I like to see when my character has a weapon that they've got a weapon equipped. So here I am ready for battle. But before we go out and explore, let's talk to some townsfolk up here.
You're on your honor. Don't press your
Kind
luck.
of in trade house. Hriskar Flatfoot. You look like you could use a friend, Outlander. Perhaps I can be your friend. I like friends. I'd like to help you recover some gold. Had a bad run of luck playing 9 holes and lost a bit of money. Normally I'd be fine. We can usually keep some gold in our pockets just from the money these locals pay us for protection. That might imply that the Imperial Guards aren't exactly doing their jobs. That's a running theme in Morrowind. But I know some of them are holding out on me, especially that little fetcher Fargoth. Our best friend in the whole wide world. He's come up late the past couple of weeks when I've shaken him down. I know he's stashing it somewhere. I'd like you to find Fargoth's hiding place. The little fetcher's got one somewhere in town. If you need me to bleep fetcher folks, just let me know. Trigger warning, fetcherism. Just not sure where yet. I've already gone through the whole house, so I know he's not hiding it there. The guy burglarized Fargoth's house and everything. Look at that. That's a face of evil right there. Check it. I'd like you to find out where he's stashing his gold. I'll give you a share of the wealth. Are you up for it? Sure, it's shady as heck, but if I'm sneaky enough, Fargoth won't know a thing. Here's what we do. I'm not sure where he goes. I know he wanders around town at night. Watch his movements. The best vantage point is on top of the lighthouse south of town. That will give you a nice view of all of Seyda Neen. If you keep an eye on where he goes, I'm sure you'll be able to figure out where he's hiding that gold. Gotcha. We check the journal. This is how you see quests in the game. It's very basic. It's fine. It works. An island to the north is DLC. Report to Kai's Kassad's the main quest line. Fargoth's hiding place is our first quest in the game, and it's to screw over our new friend. Hello, Albesius Cololius. Oh, Carl the Cam. I'm Albesius Cololius. This is Seyda Neen, swamp fever capital of the world. I suppose you're wondering what's going on here. I can tell you where the services are. There aren't many. I can tell you the latest rumours, unless you've already heard them. Did you hear some fool lost Mentor's ring in a tomb along the Bitter Coast, or so they say? Interesting. You'll be looking for better armour. A lot of people out there are wearing nice armour and carrying nice weapons. You don't want to go taking these things from honest citizens because you'll end up doing hard labour. But if you happen to find some outlaws wearing nice armour and carrying nice weapons, well, the bailiffs don't mind at all if you knock them over the head and take their stuff. So you can kill bandits, he's saying. If you're going to be travelling up near Sheilgorad, Molag Amar, or inside the Ghost Fence, you need to know about Corpus. This is the first we've heard of Corpus. Corpus is essentially a disease, an incurable disease that has been ravaging Morrowind. And he's telling us about it. It turns men into twisted, mad lumps of flesh, superhumanly strong and full of hatred. You get it from fighting with diseased creatures. It's hard to get it, but harder to get rid of it. In fact, I hear there's no cure. We'll be coming back to that. Funnily enough, this guy's a battle mage, and this thing that he tells us about Mentor's Ring is a great artifact for battle mages. So we are going to go looking for that. You got Elone.
Okay,
hello.
I'm listening.
Elone is a scout. She can put a lot of different places on our map. I'm just going to talk to her for a second. We're going to see all these places eventually in the game, but I just want to kind of get them mapped out just now. geography, geographic regions. I'm not reading any of this, it goes on for a while, but suffice to say, she knows her way around Morrowind and the surrounding areas. Vardenfell District, 6 administrative regions. You'll see she's now dotted her map with a few different locations, including some Tamriel Rebuilt places, Old Ebonheart, which is incredible, by the way. I have to show off Old Ebonheart. I really want to show the Tamriel Rebuilt stuff. That's all the people I'm gonna talk to.
Yes, madame.
Lives of the Saints. Otovis. When I was young, I always thought these two were a married couple for some reason. I don't know why. I thought, oh, that's nice, you know, two different elves, you know, two different elves married, getting along well. I don't think there's any evidence to support that in game at all. I just always assumed it. Right. So Fargoth's hiding place is a quest that means we need to wait till nightfall. Now, what I'd like to do is explore the Bitter Coast and try and find Mentor's Ring, because this area surrounding Seyda Neen is referred to as the Bitter Coast. This coastline here. So called because it's a swamp, marshland basically. So, my priority right now is to try and find this special ring. I'm going to put on my fireball spell. Now as I walk, that green bar down there is going to be getting lower and lower. And the reason for that is that's my fatigue. When that gets too low, every action is more difficult to perform. I won't be able to cast spells as effectively. I won't be able to hit things effectively. It's a very basic system, but it works. Look at that. Look at that Tamriel Rebuilt scale, and that's excellent. I'm going to be picking some plants. Did I take alchemy as a skill? I didn't, which is beneficial. I don't want to start power gaming. Alchemy is a surefire way to power game in Morrowind. Violet Coprinus. Be taking some of that. Plants are useful. You'll see that I do have some upscaled textures if you've played Morrowind before. I'm using the AI upscale mod, which does fantastic things to keep Morrowind both vanilla, but upscale its textures to a way that just looks good on more modern resolutions. I'll link that so you can see. Yep, that's Morrowind. Man just fell out the sky and no reaction from Carla. She's like, do you know what? She's seen what she knows to keep quiet. She knows to keep quiet. I'm gonna take everything from this man and dispose of his corpse. He has a journal. I believe I may have found the correct formula for the spell I am developing. With it, I will be able to travel great distances without the need to pay others for the service. If all goes well, I will test out the new spell tomorrow. I believe I have worked out all of the possible complications. It will allow me to leap great distances, covering many hundreds of miles. Never before has one been able to travel in this manner, vaulting from the ground, sailing through the sky, all without that terrible disorientation of a spell of flying. Time is almost upon me. My research is finished. All of my calculations are checked and rechecked. They laughed at me when I suggested this. We'll see who laughs after I leap to the top of their towers and scream out my success. And he died. He died, but we got his stuff. I'm going to wear his extravagant shoes and take his journal because it's worth 50 gold. There we go. Look at those shoes. Them shoesies. Carla's already fashionable. Anyway. Off we go. Looking out for a cave. Did some full lost Mentor's Ring. Actually, I forgot. There is something that I should probably get before I do this. If you're going treasure hunting, it's good to be aware that there might be traps. Tombs and caves often has traps. Carla has no way to deal with it. Right. Now, do you know what? I'm going to fireball this guy. Ready? Poof. And poof. The mod I'm using is called MCAR, which gives you different animations for casting. I just love it. I love the new cast on target animations. They add something to the game. It actually feels like I'm casting a fireball spell. You know, you cup your hands together and you send it trailing. There's mods that can make the game look that one-shot kill. There's mods that can make the game look better than this, but for me, there's just something about vanilla Morrowind. There's something about it. There's a nostalgia's definitely there. Watch what I can do. But I never like to improve on the graphics too much. I have done playthroughs where I massively have overhauled the graphics. And the game, I never get too far into it because I'm just like, I want to go back to the original. With alteration magic, folks, here's what we can do. Walk on water. I love that in Morrowind, a basic spell is just Jesus. The Jesus making spell is a basic alteration spell. Look at me go. Jesus could walk on water, I can run. Check it. You saw Carla coming at you across the sea, you don't know what you're in for. You can see the AI upscaling on this mace. The wood quality, the texture quality, is just so much better. I never play blunt weapons skill, so I don't usually look at it. Right, Hyperphasia and Bungo's Bane. I have just done a loop round, it's true, but there is a reason for that. Do I have enough gold to buy it? Tell you what I'll do, I'll sell these scrolls, Fortify Skill Acrobatics, 1000 points for 7 seconds on self. Now the inference we can make is that poor Tamriel used these scrolls unwisely and ended up falling to his death. But luckily, we can benefit from him. This is RPG logic, it's just benefiting from other people's misfortune. I don't like the look of that robe, so I'm just going to leave it. That Iron Spark Sword might be useful. I'll keep it. Sell this, and I will buy from him a Trap Disarmor, also known as a probe. 45? Oh, he refused my offer. Okay.
How are you?
I'm great, Aril. And he's wearing the robe. A man died in that 2 seconds ago, Aril. A man literally fell to his death in that race. Probably his blood is still coating it in some places, but hey, fits you snugly.
Yes, madame. What is it?
I'm just having a crisis of faith. I mean, leave me to it. It'll do a water walk. I completely don't have to. I'll try and bash this crab, right? I'm a warrior, let's go! Boom, have that. Boom. Woof. 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 Miss. So in Morrowind, whenever you are in melee combat, an invisible dice is being rolled that takes various factors into account. Your skill with a weapon, your fatigue level, 61 out of 150, and that's pretty much it. So sometimes you'll whiff. It'll look like you've made contact with the enemy, but you won't have hit them at all. Let's see how we do here. Boom. Hit. Sometimes you hit an enemy for enough damage that you stagger them, and they fall to the ground, and you get an extra little hit, and then your damage is actually doubled if you manage to do that. Generally, that'll work on enemies who have low agility. If you're playing permadeath Morrowind, your enemy is going to be low agility. So you do want to counter for that. 40 is not very high agility for us. We're a kind of jack of all trades, battle mage type character. You do want to counter to low agility, because otherwise you're going to get knocked to the ground, and if someone's got strength enough to knock you to the ground, generally they've got strength enough to whack you once more and kill you. We'll get our fireball spell back out, kill this crab. Oof. And he's dead. You might be noticing that magic is a little bit more effective than melee right now. And that's because that's true. You play Morrowind at the highest difficulty setting. There's a scale. Right now I'm actually at 40. I'm not meant to be at 40. I'm meant to be just in the middle. Why was the difficulty at 40? I have played high difficulty before. It is fun. I'm wondering, maybe I won't. High difficulty is just a damage skill. Enemies can hit you harder. But the point is you also do weaker damage to enemies on the highest difficulty scale. Except for with magic. Because magic doesn't take into account the enemy's armor type. Magic will just cycle through the enemy's resistances when you hit them. And if it gets through the resistances, it will do damage. Now, crabs are not resistant to fire, so I'm just wailing on them here, but I want to save my magic. Boom. Boom. Come on, crab, die. And he's gone. Pose of corpse. 5 PM. Even such a charm to the basic graphics, you've got to admit. There is a charm to it. If this was back in 2002, a fog would cover all of this and you wouldn't be able to see it. The processing power of hardware at the time could just barely run Morrowind. Especially on the OG Xbox, there was a fog covering everything. But now, you know, we can play Morrowind in its full splendour. I enjoy large view distance. That's something. Distant land works to immerse me more. Right, now I think this is the tomb where Mentor's Ring is. That's a good scroll. Those ambient sounds. Right. What have we got? A ghost. An unfriendly ghost. You'll notice it says weapon has no effect. I have got an iron weapon. Only silver or enchanted weapons can hurt ghosts or spells. We are going to use a touch spell, Firebite, because it does more damage. And boom! See that? Flame hands. Call me a firebender. School of Hellfire. Talking about firebenders. And then through here, I think I'm going to switch to my fireball again. Because we got a zombie! Oh, bum! Something really cool about Morrowind, if you cast a spell and it impacts your enemy's spell, the spells will cancel each other out. Which is something that you don't see even in Oblivion or Skyrim that's unique to Morrowind. And it's actually the same with arrows. If you fire an arrow at an enemy spellcaster who's aiming a fireball at you, you can pop the fireball spell midair. And that's just such a cool feature, Bone Walker, that Oblivion and Skyrim never had. And I don't know why, because it's such an interesting feature that really makes playing an archer more interesting. And makes mage duels interesting too. Earn label Lord Bryn. It's trapped, which means there's a spell on it. If I just open that up, boom, I'm going to get an explosion. So we have to disarm it, and we do that just like we do with our security skill. We go whoop, whoop. It doesn't even look like I'm doing anything. I'm just figiggling this urn and Mentor's Ring. Now in Morrowind, constant effect items are the rarest items. Any enchantment that permanently increases your stats is just as valuable as you think it is. Look at that, 8,000 gold. Fortify attribute intelligence, it gives us more magic. Fortify attribute willpower, it boosts our resistance to magic. So, perfect item for a battle mage. See, we've now got 180 magicka. Because your magicka is going up, it's determined by your intelligence plus whichever modifiers you have from items and from your birth sign. Because we have the Atronach, we have got extra magicka. 2 times what our base intelligence is. We've got a common amulet in here. Now, One of the ways you can restore your magicka, even though you've taken the Atronach, and you've got stunted magicka, Woundburn, which sounds a little bit suspect, but you can absorb magicka from like unfriendly spells because you have great spell absorption. Basically, any spell that's cast at you, a 50% chance you'll just absorb it. Now that includes blessings from shrines like this one. So I'm going to pay and see if, and look at that, magicka, I absorbed the spell, I absorbed the blessing. That is why being a member of the Tribunal Temple or Imperial Cult, who are the major religious authorities in Morrowind, is always worth it when you take the Atronach as a birth sign. So, we've got our treasure, we've got a bunch of treasures actually, and it's getting late, 6 PM. We will be able now to go back and check out Fargoth's hiding place. We'll see where he's hiding his gold. Hopefully make a little bit of money. Ow, that hit me. Come on, you. Die. Come on. Come on. Hit him! Epic battles versus crabs. Beautiful twilight has descended. There really is a kind of alien beauty to Morrowind's worlds. You know, this is nothing, nothing like you were seeing in terms of fantasy games of the time. It was totally unique. Fireball this rat. Oh wow, he's quite resistant to that. I failed casting the spell because my magic is too low. Oh, ow, hoi. Oh, ay, hoi. Dead. Some rat meat. I won't be eating that, but anyway. My fatigue is very low, so I should be taking it slow at this point, but I think my spell casting is good enough. Yeah, let's kill this worm. Oh! Done. Why am I forager? Just killing animals and harvesting them for their meat. It's the hunter's way. Oh shit, another one. He was waiting. That was guerrilla warfare. You just saw there that my destruction skill increased because I'm using fire spells. So you get better at stuff as you use them. Dead body. Processus Vitalis. Your journal's been updated. Some free gold and a tax record. So what we have here is the tax collector for the town. And don't you know, in most stories, tax collectors aren't exactly the most liked characters. They're kind of seen as money grubbing, bureaucratic, greed-filled merchants. So obviously somebody didn't like the local tax collector. What I should do is report this to the authorities as a good upstanding citizen of Morrowind. Right, I am a citizen right now. But before I do that, I'm going to go camp out in the lighthouse and see if we can catch our good friend Fargoth stashing away in his money. And thereby finishing our first real quest in the game.
Yes.
I'll talk to the guard in a minute about that dead body. I know, look, I know I should be traumatized, but Carla's a woman on a mission. Carla's got business to do. She's got business to deal with. Lady, don't mind me. The lighthouse keeper, you're doing a good job. I'm gonna steal that book. Seyda Neen. Okay, now that tree is vicious looking. From the lighthouse, we've got a good vantage point of all of Seyda Neen, so we're going to see if we can find Fargoth at night. See if we can find him sneaking around. I'm sneaking myself. Can we see him? You see him? He's down there with a torch and he's sneaking. He's right in front of a guard. He's sneaking. Where's he going? Where are you going, little guy? To be right, it is a little bit unfair that everyone seems to bully Fargoth, right? And it is a little bit unfair, but to be honest, we've just arrived in Morrowind, and you know, we got to make a living for ourselves, okay? We're a battle mage on a quest to become stronger. We've got this headdress, we're basically blind, so we've got problems too, right? Where's he going? Where's he going? Going over to the back of Ariel's trade house. This is bizarre. This was impressive for a Morrowind quest back in the day. Daggerfall didn't have any quests like this where you watched NPCs' behaviour change. Okay, I'm seeing him just continuously walk down there. I don't know if this possibly is glitched out. This might be glitched out. That's marvellous. I've never seen this quest glitch out before. Really? Why is that happening? Maybe if I wait and again. Now he's just standing there. If I wait again? Now he's gone. Okay, hold on. Oh! Ow. I wonder... I might be just totally remembering this wrong. I feel like I'm supposed to get a journal update, because he was next to this stump. Oh! Okay, okay. Ignore me then. I really thought that had glitched out. There's his money. There's his ring. Now, that's all his life savings, by the way. I do feel a little bad, but look, again, you know, it's a quest. We have to complete our quest. We have to complete our quest, guys, okay? Let's go and tell our friend Friskar that we've got his money. You found his hiding place? That's great. Tell you what, I'll give you 100 gold and you can keep anything else that you found in there. Thanks for your help. So not only do we get the gold, it's kind of fun messing with the little guy. And then we find out that he was probably the one that stuck his ring in the barrel at the first place. Gives new arrivals something to look forward to, which was us. Okay. I bet this isn't what you thought when you thought Morrowind, this high fantasy alien adventure about doing what's right. Anyway, if we can find Fargoth now, we can chat to him and see how he feels about things now that his money's gone. He really is a meme. Like, the whole town is kind of just ganged up to hate on this little guy. Oh, he's locked in conflict with this high elf woman too. Yeah, he's glitching so much. Fargoth.
I suppose it is my duty to help those less fortunate.
Oh, look at that stare. She hates him. Hello. Don't bother trying to rob me. The Imperials have taken everything anyway. What about your hiding place? I don't have a hiding place, at least not anymore. He's slightly less our friend, but he still likes us. He'll still talk to us. And now we've got his ring back. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this episode of messing with a wood elf and a little bit of combat. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me know in the comments if you would prefer longer Morrowind episodes. I could easily do 40-50 minutes to an hour even. I can play this game for days on end. It never gets old for me after all this time. Next episode, I hope to get into some deeper combat situations and then finish up in Seyda Neen and begin our journey in earnest. So until then, thank you, all creatures big and small, all beasts winged and hoofed alike, for watching me. I've been traversing the dark, and enjoy the rest of your day, night and week. Goodbye. Oh, and of course, make sure to check under your bed.